to the stash and bench, where the stash is waiting patiently and the bench is in a state of shock. And you'll see why in a few seconds. My name's Carl, and I'm going to tell you what's been happening on my bench, which isn't much because I have had zero bench time in the past 3 weeks. New additions to the stash, and what I'm looking forward to in the near future. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and without further ado, let's get to the bench. Now, I had about 3 weeks where I didn't have any time in the hobby room at all. You know, family stuff, I got yard work to do, work was tiring me out, all that sort of stuff. So it turns out that yesterday I got a couple of hours in here and I decided to have a real good tidy up, because if you've been watching my previous videos, you'll know that my bench is usually just chaos, just like stuff everywhere. So now I've tidied up. It's not my natural state to be tidy and organized, but I understand and I appreciate the benefits of being tidy and organized, the efficiency that comes with it. So I'm going to try and keep it like this. I'm going to try and tidy up my bench after every work session. Anyway, I didn't realize how much space I had on here underneath all that crap. So I have no actual work, any progress on any of my builds to show you, but I do have this wonderful, clean, tidy workbench right here. And given that the next show is April 11th, and then there's another one on April 25th, and obviously the time I have left to have something ready for one of those shows is 2 weeks less than the last video I put up. I've really got to be efficient and motivated to get something done. Hopefully I can, put aside an hour or so every day to get, to get in here and start working on stuff. And hopefully life doesn't get in the way of that. But if not, if I go to the show and I don't have anything to take, that's all good too. But I would really rather have something to take to the show. So as you see here, I've got the 172 scale Nat, no further than it was in the last video. I've got the 132 scale Ford Thunderbird, again, no further than it was in the last video. So that's my bench. And now let's have a look at what I've added to the stash. Well, first of all, I found an eBay seller that was selling these AMT Ford F100 camper pickup kits for a pretty good price. And I looked it up, and apparently it was a new tool in 2024. And in the state of scale models these days, you would think that a new tool kit would be pretty accurate and detailed and authentic. So I got a couple of these. Now, here's the body. The body looks pretty good. The tailgate is molded into the bed, which is not the usual way that pickups are done, I guess. In my experience, I'm not a really experienced scale model car builder. But anyway, the body looks pretty straight and good and nicely molded. No mold lines, no sink marks or anything like that. Going through it, I think the next thing that I really looked at was the seat here. Now, that just looks flat and characterless, and it has no realism as to a actual worn seat in a truck. It's just like flat panels. It's just not convincing to me. The interior door cards here are very, let's see if we can adjust the lights some here. I don't know if I can get the lights in the right place here, or move the camera in a little bit. But the interior of the doors here, it's very shallow detail. Very disappointing. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I'm catching that on the camera at all, but it's not impressive at all. What else do we have here? You know, we've got all the usual, the engine and the all these parts. You know, they're fairly standard parts there. Nothing you know they can really screw up on there. That's the inside of the bed. It's a little warped here, it's a little bent, but that can be bent back into shape. And then the underside, like, wow. And this is a new tooling in 2024. Check this out. This is the drive shaft. It's just like, you're not going to show off the bottom of this truck. I mean, unless you cut all of this out and scratch build it all. And here's the exhaust. They're just like raised up parts of the molding here. They're not separated at all as individual, you know, individual exhaust pipes or anything. And this, just look at that. So anyway, I was very disappointed when I got that. You do get, what is it, 2 or 3 different choices of wheels. You get a whole load of chrome parts here, some of which you're probably going to want to strip because they're not actually chrome. You get like 3 different front grille options, so that's good. Here's one set of wheels. Is it in the camera there? There we go. You got 3 set of wheels. You got the set of wheels here. You get wheels here, and somewhere on one of the non-plated sets, you get another set of wheels there. And here's the tires with the white walls already painted on them. Other than that, you get clear parts, which look pretty good, nice and even, no waviness to them, I guess. So you can make something of it, but I have to say, when I first opened up the kit and I looked at this, I was just like, wow, this is a 2024 new tool. That's pretty disappointing. Anyway, moving on to the next new addition to the stash. Okay, next up, I went to hobbylink.com and they had this for, I think it was about $11 and change each. And for that money, you get 2 complete kits, 1 32nd scale, customizable show rods. And here's what you get. So you got, what is this? I'm kind of a wannabe kind of guy. I think they're cool, but I don't know a lot about them. So if I get things wrong, you can correct me. But we have, what's in here? What does the instructions say? It doesn't even tell you. It's like a 1930s maybe a 32 Ford or something. I don't know. Anyway, you got this. You got the whole body, and you got the seats, the interior. You got a hood cover here. You get plastic wheels. And these kits date back to the 1960s, but these moldings are pretty crisp and clean. They're pretty cool. And, you know, I mean, you can use these parts in any of your 1/32 scale builds. You got the frame there, engine, whole load of chrome parts here, grills and exhausts, all kinds of stuff here. So you got that, this, and then whatever this is. Like I said, I don't know anything about this stuff really. I just think it looks cool. And there's the body that goes on there. Pretty cool stuff. All these extra bits. I got excited and started gluing the engine block together. And like I said, it's even though these are from these molds are from the 1960s, I don't know if they've cleaned them up or anything, but they're pretty sharp and crisp. There's a little bit of flash, but they're very usable. So I mean, that's a lot of fun for like I said, $11 and change plus shipping. It's really not a lot of money. So I got a couple of those. Like I said, hobbylink.com, HOBBYLINC.com. Good stuff. Anyway, that's all my stash editions. Oh, and also in this box you get not only the 2 kits, you get a little display setup here. All cardboard cutout stuff with these little cardboard cutout stands here. All very cool. Oh, let me show you the decals too. Just all very crisp new decals. I mean, they're probably the same ones they used back in the day, but just remanufactured, and they look pretty. I mean, maybe they're a little bit thick. I don't know. I haven't tried using them yet, so I don't really know, but they look cool. Anyway, that is my additions to my stash. Well, it's almost 9 p.m. and the King of Cartoons says it's still about 80 degrees in here. And you know what? Curtis the Cowboy says we have about 1,000 psi in our brand new CO2 tank. And I've decided to kick down the road the purchase of a new compressor for a while. I'm going to stick with the CO2 tank for a while. So I have about, 3 weeks till the next show, and I've got a lot of work to do. So let me flip this around here, and I'm going to say, be good to yourself, and be good to those around you. And remember, you can't build them all, but you can have fun trying. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.